Dear Evansh Maharaj Ji, how did you join Radha Vallabh Sampradaya and how did you start liking Vrindavan so much?
One day in Varanasi, I was sitting at Tulsi Ghat under a large banyan tree, which is there even today. I was sitting asana there in the morning, and suddenly I had this feeling inside me: how would Vrindavan be? The first time this inspiration I remember, I was a sannyasi and had this thought: by the mercy of Mahadev Lord Shiva, when he is merciful, he gives you the bhakti of Radha Krishna Priya Pritam. So my heart had this thought: how would Vrindavan be? I remember it very clearly, but I did not act on it. Next and again, I was sitting there in meditation. It was my daily routine: go and sit and meditate there, then go sit amongst the beggars and take whatever is being distributed, then in solitude the whole day. Once in 24 hours amongst the beggars, but only for 5 or 10 minutes. If somebody gives and distributes something, fine. Otherwise, I walk away and drink Ganga Jal for the day. This happened many days. If I saw someone eating roti, I would think how fortunate they are. This is my condition. One day, a saint came to me at Tulsi Ghat and said, Bhaji Hanuman Prasad Darji's University for the Blind, which is quite big in Kashi, is hosting Ras Leela by Shri Ram Sharma Acharya Ji. Daytime would be Chaitanya Leela and Ras Leela would be in the evening. He said, Mahatma, let's go take darshan of Ras Leela. I said, I've seen Ram Leela in the villages, but never Ras Leela, and I thought this would be similar to the overnight programs they had in the villages. I said, I have no need. He said again, it's from Vrindavan. I repeated, I have no need. Why are you troubling me? You go and you watch yourself. He said, just listen to me and come once. When the person insisted so much, I thought this must be Mahadev's desire. So I went, but just to please him. When I went there, Swamiji, who I now consider as my guru, was presenting Chaitanya Leela. It was daytime and Chaitanya Leela was going on. Now, he did not have to ask me twice to come at night. I went there continuously for 1 month and lost my heart. My consciousness was pure and I got so attached. I felt I cannot live without seeing Ras Leela. I felt I cannot live without this. I thought he must be doing this regularly. If he keeps me with him, I can serve him and I can watch Ras Leela every day. So I went to him. I offered prostrated obeisances to Swamiji and I said, I don't have any money. I'm a poor Babaji. Please keep me with you. He said, oh no, Baba, how can I? I said, I want to watch Ras Leela every day. He said, just come to Vrindavan. He said, come to Vrindavan once and Bihari will not let go of you. I consider those words as Guru Mantra. I felt he's giving me Guru Mantra and I was consumed. I have to go to Vrindavan. I have to go. First an inspiration, then Ras Leela, then an overwhelming desire. Then one disciple of Mamaji by the name of Yugal Kishore, he would come to the Ghat where I would meditate, and one day he bought prasad of Sankat Mochan Hanumanji and offered to me, but I would not just accept. I asked him, why are you offering to me? He said, I'm inspired from my heart. But I said, why me? There's so many people here. He said, no, I'm inspired specifically to give to you. He said, it's prasad of Hanumanji. Please accept it. When I thought he has no hidden motive, no desire, then I took the prasad. It was a good quantity. And I had my Gangal Jal right there, my kamandal, my pot. My life's belongings were all with me. The pot, bedsheet, everything. He said, come to my house for prasad. I said, no, I have a regulation. I don't go to a householder's house. He said, I am a Babaji too. He was in white clothes. So initially I thought that only sannyasis are Babajis. If somebody is in white, I would not consider him a householder because I did not know this tradition. He took me to his house. He made some lentils and rotis and gave to me. I felt some affection from him. And then I told him, I want to go to Vrindavan. Can you help me get there? Because he was the only one who had shown affection. He said, yes, I can get you there. When do you want to go? I said, whenever. He said, let's go tomorrow. I was filled with joy at the thought of going to Vrindavan tomorrow. Now there was no direct train. So he first took me to Chitrakoot. We stayed there for 4 days. And then he put me on a train to Mathura. I got up there, but I had no money with me. On the way, there were a couple of devotees that were talking on the train amongst themselves, but they were saying things which were incorrect. I told them I should not interrupt because you're talking, but what you're saying is not as per the scriptures. If you talk according to scriptures, you will get peace. Otherwise, debates will cause friction. They were both quiet, they listened to me attentively, and they were very impressed. They tried to give me some money, and I said, no, I don't want money. They said, where are you going? I said, Vrindavan. They said, where in Vrindavan? I said, I do not know. They said, okay, why don't you stay at the guest house with us in Mathura? The name of the guest house was Radhe Shyam Guest House. They told me to sit at the gate, and they said they would call me. But they never came. Then at night, a fair person came out holding a pot, eating pan, and said, Baba, what are you doing here? Jai Shri Krishna. I liked it that he took God's name. I told him in short, and he took me to his house and fed me delicacies I've never seen in my life. It was around 11:30 or 12 at night. I've never seen these things banaras, but Thakurji here is joyful, charming, he enjoys. Now he gave me a blanket and said, you can take this. It was a slightly cold night. I told him, no, I don't need a blanket, and that I would leave in the morning. I stayed outside in the veranda. I took my bath in Yamunaji in the morning, and then went to take darshan for the first time of Keshav Dev Ji in Mathura. When I saw him, I wept bitterly, because this is who I had come for. Now a new Leela started. Seeing my attire and emotions, people started offering money and garlands. So much money, boxes of sweets and garlands were collected because they saw my attire, my long dreads, and my crying. Everybody was influenced by that because of Babaji's crying in the love of God. And then from the altar, they bought prasad of butter and sugar. And then one person came up and said, I have a desire to serve you. I said, I want to go to Vrindavan. He called for a car and said, where in Vrindavan do you want to go? I had heard of Raman Reti. So I said, Raman Reti. So they dropped me here. I did not know of Raman Reti. Now, that day was Ekadashi. I entered Vrindavan on Ekadashi. I saw huge numbers of people doing parikrama. I thought this was regular for Vrindavan. Then I met a saint who had taken a vow of silence, a Moni saint. I told him, can you suggest a place where I can stay and get darshan of Bihariji, as I have come from Banaras? He was quiet. And then he asked a saint by the name of Shamsaka to take me to Jagadanandaji's ashram. I stayed there for quite some time. He was very affectionate and would take me for darshan, take me all around Braj. And all around Braj he took me for darshan. Then again, I had a desire to stay in solitude, away from the activities of the ashram, and the solitude of the riverbanks was calling me. Then I had the thought, I have to leave here quickly, just run. Even though he loved me very much, because his nature is to serve saints. Even today, he feeds 50 plus devotees daily. But my nature compelled me to stay in solitude, so I left Vrindavan once and went to Banaras. But on the way, I was anxious and realized I cannot stay without Vrindavan. Then I returned here and stayed at Jaganandaji's. Then to Sant colony from there, then Achal Vihar, then the hut in Madanter, then Lali Kunj, then Kali Day, and finally here, my resting spot. This has been my journey to Radha Vallabhji.